Hi, I'm Spencer Fulton. I'm excited to be presenting to you all today. In the world, we have thousands of businesses. We've got cities like this all over the place. And each of these businesses has hundreds of employees. And I've always wondered, how do we keep growing? How do all of these businesses keep getting so big and making so much money? When I was a kid, I would have to get my hair cut about twice a month. I was on the same hair cycle as my brothers, so we would all go together. And we would always go to the same place, Dollar Cuts. And I was always confused why we never switched it up. My mom always brought us there, and I always assumed because it was a cheap place to get a haircut. But when we asked her, I remember her telling us, we come here because of Van. Van was our hairstylist, I guess you would say. And she knew us since we were little kids. She cut our hair really fast. She did a great job. She knew what we wanted to become in life. She knew our birthdays. It was like she was a part of the family. So for my mom, it was easy to say, we come here because we love Van. And I thought about that. Dollar Cuts must have been really lucky to have Van there because she really became valuable to them. I don't know how much money my mom gave to that company, but I'm sure it was over half the revenue because we were a pretty big family. So I came to the conclusion that employees increase value. How do employees increase value? Employees create culture. If you've ever gone to the website of a company, a lot of time you'll come across a picture just like this one of a service project that the company's doing, and you'll see a lot of the employees helping out the community in this way. They do this because it shows that the employees are creating a culture of service and of love, and customers want to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that culture. There's another part to culture that I want to talk about when employees are positively engaged. By raising of hand, how many of you have gone to let's say a restaurant or a store and one of the employees was rude to you? I'm almost positive the first reaction you guys had wasn't, oh, I'd love to come back. It's because when they do that, they create a culture of uneasiness or a culture of rudeness, and it doesn't make it fun for the customers to be there. And this happens in the workplace as well. When you have a coworker that's negative all the time, you're not going to want to come into work. You don't want to work hard because the culture around you is just so negative and it drags you down. So employers look for employees that are positively engaged, that can switch that up. Employees that are happy to be at work, treat customers with respect. In fact, 71% of employers say that engaged employees are critical to their company's success. Now, how else do employees increase value? Employees become leaders. How many of you know who this is? This is Eric Spoelstra. He started out as a video coordinator for the Miami Heat organization. Now, as video coordinator, he didn't have a ton of responsibilities. He was in charge of finding tape and pressing play. So the team could watch the film and learn from the coaches as they would notice things that they could change. So he didn't have that much responsibility, but he worked hard. He showed a good attitude, and his employers noticed. He started getting promotion after promotion until one point he was offered the head coaching position, and he had the opportunity to coach LeBron James, who arguably is the greatest of all time. But we won't go into that today. But this happens in companies all around us. I'm sure it's happened with all of you, where if you work hard and you do your best, you become a leader in the company because you get a promotion, your fellow employees look up to you, and it makes you more valuable to a company. And there are lots of employees that do this. Being positive is a key to that. How else, or what is the most important way that employees increase value? Employees build profits. Now there's two things that an employee does that really affects the profit building of a company. One of those is quality work. If an employee is always on time, works efficiently, obviously profits are gonna raise, right? Because when employees work hard, especially with a positively engaged attitude, they get a lot of ideas. Employers of the company aren't necessarily down in the trenches where the employees are. The employees are right at the bottom and they can see little problems that the employers don't see. So when an employee who is engaged starts to see these little problems, they'll start sharing their ideas on how to improve the company, and thus they're able to improve efficiency. Well, obviously they're going to tell their leaders, and they're going to tell the next leaders, and it'll get all the way to the executives, and they can make changes that will really improve the company. When employees are engaged, profits increase up to 21%, which is a huge number. And that just comes from the little guys down at the bottom, which is very impressive. So just to recap, employees create culture, employees become leaders, employees build profits, employees increase value. Thank you.